Welcome to YOUCANIC. So today here on YOUCANIC we have this Honda Fit of a 2011, and customer took this vehicle to a dealership, and the dealership said, because what was the problem is the door locks wouldn't open. Only the driver's door would open when you click the key fob, and also when you hit the button in the door panel to unlock the doors, only the driver's door was opening. And they, did their diagnostic and looked at it and said that you have to replace this whole unit here, which they call the MICU, sometimes known as the SAM unit, which is every fuse. And I mean, there's a lot of computer electronics that run through this, but that you would need to replace this whole thing, 800 and something for the whole piece, and all the labor was, almost $2,000 to go ahead and replace this. Now, thing I noticed when I was looking at it and potentially going to have to replace it myself for the customer, right, was people take wires like this to hook up if you want a sound system in your car, and they'll find a fuse that is constantly hot, right, and they'll pull the fuse out and they'll put this wire in with it and then jam it in there so that they have power for the amp or power for anything else. I don't recommend that, but in their process when they did that, while they were looking and pulling out fuses and using a test light or whatever to find out which one's hot when the key's on or the key's off, when they were doing that, they misplaced some fuses. And so these two fuses here were in these two slots here, and because they were in these two slots, because these two fuses here and these two here control the door locks, well, they were over here, so it didn't work with the door locks. And this is the relay for the door locks, so that would be clicking when you hit the button, but it didn't do what it was supposed to be doing, right? So on this, on the side panel, I'll show you the side panel, and sometimes on the fuse cover, when you open it up, it'll have a description of what the fuses are, right? So here is a list of all the fuses, and if you read it, you kind of just hold it like this. It becomes a little crazy, but you hold it like this, and you can read it, and you can find out. So we have door lock, okay, and then we're supposed to have blank, 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 and door lock, door lock. Well, we had these fuses right here and right here, okay? So, and you could go through and check every fuse, but we just need to look at the ones that do the door lock functions, because that's what the issue was the door locks. So we've seen that these were right here, and so I moved them over here, and now all the door locks work perfectly and like they should without having to replace a super expensive part for this vehicle. I literally just had to move fuses. It didn't even have to replace fuses. But you could easily have just a fuse bad, but that's what this thing comes in handy. And I mean, it's not always the easiest to read, but if you just kind of look at a 10 amp and you can start following it down and see the numbers and see what, basically you can see it by which fuse is supposed to be in there, and that's the way you can find out where you're at. So that is a way that you can diagnose. It could have also easily been the whole fuse box here, or the MICU is what they call it, or a SAM unit. It could have been that, but it just happened to be two fuses because somebody added their sound system to their vehicle improperly and misplaced their fuses. And that's how it went about, and was able to fix this and save the customer a lot of money. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.